What's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report. Coming up here on today's show, we're going to get into some Todd Bowles rumors because could he be the next head coach of Las Vegas? Is Darren Waller going to be playing against Indianapolis? What about this crazy trade idea I saw from Pro Football Focus? And then at the very end of today's show, some Raiders injury news and actually the latest going on around the Indianapolis Colts. Now let's first talk about Todd Bowles because there's a report out there that the Raiders are going to be interviewing Bowles as a potential head coach candidate. If you followed the show for a while, you know that I actually like Todd Bowles. I think he's one of the better defensive minds in the league. Now, the Raiders can start interviewing today, December 28th, but it doesn't sound like they're going to start interviewing guys until after the season for the simple fact of their concentration right now is making the playoffs and going forward. In terms of what exactly are you going to get if Todd Bowles is hired, he was number 9 on my list of candidates, but he was the head coach from 2015 to 2018 for the Jets. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. He got the short end of the stick. Anytime you go to New York, man, if it's with the Jets or shit, right now it seems like the Giants as well, I'm not going to say that Todd Bowles can't be a head coach because he couldn't get it done with the Jets. There's been a lot of really good guys that couldn't get it done with the Jets. Bowles, he's been coaching in the NFL since 2000, which I like a lot. And if you're looking for a defensive-minded coach, which personally I am not, I would like an offensive-minded guy. Look at a lot of the really good teams in the NFL, offensive-minded coaches. He is one of the better defensive minds. Now, today, I did find out that the Raiders have 4 guys on their list in terms of who are some people that they're going to go ahead and interview for the Raiders head coaching gig. Todd Bowles, Rich BIsaccia, Gus Bradley, Leslie Frazier. These are not the only 4 people that are going to get the gig. So let me just say that right now. You're going to see a lot more candidates. The only 4 that I can confirm with you as it stands right now, Bowles, BIsaccia, Bradley, and Frazier are at least all going to get interviews for the next Raiders head coaching job. So what do you guys think here? Because the Raiders Report is about interaction. It's about, interacting with each other in the comments. I want you guys to argue about it. Would you like it if the Raiders ended up hiring Todd Bowles? Out of all those names that y'all just saw, Todd Bowles would be the clear-cut favorite for me personally. But if they do go ahead and hire Todd Bowles, I promise you, we're going to go ahead and keep you guys updated. So Y for yes or type N for no. Would you like it if the Raiders hired Todd Bowles? Now, I'll tell you this, as soon as, and I mean the day that the Raiders make that decision, I'm going to be making a video here. Now, not only do we keep you guys up to date on the Raiders, but sometimes people ask me like, dude, why should I subscribe to the Raiders Report? Why? I also give shout-outs to Big T for a super chat. Raiders videos every day. We go live at least 2 times a week, every single Tuesday and every single Raiders game day. We're interactive, so I can shout out Mondo, John Smith, Rashissimo. More subs equals more videos, and it's 100% free. So before I move on, please look underneath the video and hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about our star tight end, Darren Waller, and is he going to be playing Week 17? The latest report is that the Raiders are, in quotes, optimistic that Waller is going to be able to go. He suffered a knee injury on Thanksgiving, November 25th, up against the Dallas Cowboys and has missed 3 games since. Now, they actually gave him a shot to play the very following week, but I really think that the biggest reason why the Raiders were playing it safe with Waller is because they know if they want to actually make a playoff run, you got to have Waller healthy. If you want to win these final 2 games, you got to have Waller healthy. And on top of that, this dude's going to be one of your faces of your franchise, so you don't really want to jeopardize anything. And I get it. Waller hired new agents, but Darren, from everything that I hear, he wants to remain a Raider. He's not really buying into this whole, pay me right now. He has done everything to show me that he is all in for the silver and black. Now, when you talk about Darren Waller, he's no doubt one of these players who I think from top to bottom is just absolutely incredible. So here's my question about Darren Waller. Will Darren Waller play against the Indianapolis Colts? I want you to type 1 for yes, or I want you to go ahead and type 2 for no, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, dude, Darren Waller's packed it in. He doesn't want to be a Raider anymore. He wants to go somewhere else. I'm not going to believe that. I really, truly believe that you will see 83 on the sideline. No, on the field up against Indianapolis. So I'm going to go ahead and type my 1. Speaking of the number 1 deal on the internet right now, shout out to BetUS for hooking up Raider Nation with this awesome deal. Now, if anybody out there likes to bet on games, I want you to listen up real close, whether it's the Raiders game whether it's the NFL, whether it's the NBA, go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Use promo code Raiders125. You're going to get a 125% deposit bonus, which means if you put down $100, you actually get $125 for free to bet with. If $125 for free to bet with isn't good enough, I got you covered. I'm also going to hook you guys up with a free, yes, I said free, Raiders jersey for first-time BetUS users. So all you got to do is put down at least, $100. You're going to get $125 for free. Then email me at jersey@chatsports.com. That's the email. If you don't email me, jersey@chatsports.com, I can't know whether or not you need a Raiders jersey. We got Crosby. We got Jacobs. We also got Darren Waller in stock. So first-time BetUS users, you got to go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Promo code Raiders125. And then I'm going to put a free Raiders jersey on your back. Remember early on in the show when I said, hey, I got a wild trade idea from PFF? Well, listen up to this. So Pro Football Focus, they released an article, and I usually talk about news and rumors, but the other reason why I do this show is to give you guys my 2 cents on how realistic some of these ideas are out there in the world. Their article was realistic trade value and landing spots for veteran quarterbacks. They had Derek Carr going to Washington, and one of the biggest reasons why they decided to do this is because Washington, well, they need a quarterback. I know, breaking news, even though they beat the Raiders, but I won't get into that. And when you really think about some of the stuff that ended up happening with Derek Carr, remember, he used to play with Jack Del Rio. So here's the trade idea that Pro Football Focus ended up showing. It was Raiders receive a first-round pick in 2022, a third-round pick in 2022, and then a first-round pick in 2023. What does Washington get? They get quarterback Derek Carr. So I would be a shitty host. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, who wins this trade? And anytime you see something like this, I want you guys to take a screenshot. I want you to post it on Twitter. I want you to post it on Instagram. Make sure you tag me because I love when people interact with me about this kind of stuff. If I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all, with the Raiders getting 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick, I personally believe that the Raiders easily win this deal. It's not because I don't like Derek Carr, but when I think about overall quarterback value, the Indianapolis Colts essentially gave up a first and a second-round pick for Carson Wentz. Then you look what the Rams gave up. The Rams essentially gave up 2 first-round picks to go get Matthew Stafford. I like Derek Carr, but I really truly believe that Stafford probably has higher value than DC. So if you're telling me right now I can get 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick, I'm looking around like, dude, where the heck do I sign right now? Now, we get a lot of stuff that happens here on this show, and I get it. Now, I always say, hit me up on YouTube, but I also say this. Hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. If there's a story, if there's an article, if you see somebody else talking about, I don't know, whatever, and you want me to give my 2 cents on it, the easiest way for me to be able to cover these stories is if you hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. Now, I want to give some love to my guy, Raider Honcho, because apparently somebody's saying I'm hating on him. That's one of my favorite dudes out there. Honcho, it's all love. Now, let's look at some news here around Las Vegas, because yesterday was actually one of my off days. I know. I get off once in a while. That sounds really bad. And on the COVID list, there was 3 players, some 3 pretty big-name guys. Casey Hayward, Corey Littleton, and Patrick the Dinosaur Owonosaur. Also, we had 3 other players that were added to the COVID list as well, and I had a lot of people being like, dude, are these guys going to be able to play? Denzel Perriman, Darius Philon, KJ Wright. The good news is all 6 of these guys are vaccinated, and I actually anticipate that all 6 of these guys are going to be able to play. Now, I also said that before I found out the NFL changed some rules, and if you're wondering, wait, what rules did the NFL change? Well, here's what this part's about. So before I started today's show, Carson Wentz was not going to be able to play because he was added to the reserve COVID-19 list, which means Carson Wentz isn't vaccinated. He was going to have to wait 10 days, therefore not going to be ready to play up against the Raiders. Now, here's the issue. The NFL recently just changed their rules to go to the CDC, which means instead of 10 days, now NFL players only have to wait 5 days, and basically means Carson Wentz, if he basically tests that he's not, positive, he's going to be able to play up against the Raiders. I personally am going to plan that he's going to be able to go. If for whatever reason he's not able to play, look for Sam Ehlinger, the rookie out of Texas, to be able to lace him up and go out there. Also, the Colts were so worried that Wentz wasn't going to be able to play against the Raiders. Apparently, they reached out to Phillip Rivers. Yes, Phillip Rivers. Pretty wild stuff. Now, I always try to keep you guys up to date on news and on rumors. That's what the Raiders Report is all about. So if you've made it this far in the video, I got to be doing something halfway decent around here. Make sure you go ahead and hit that big red button that says subscribe.